တင်းလာတော့မာကြောဖြစ်ပြီးတော့လာတာ
Seattle wants to know a little bit detail about the pain. What kind of pain was it? Is it a pain with heat, pain with tension, pain with stiffness, or pain with hardness? There are many kinds of pain.
Basically, the pain is very gentle, just gentle pain, just pain.
Yeah. Go on.
Just a very gentle pain, very calm pain. Just comes rising from your knee then to the toe.
Yeah. What Seattle wants to know is this pain. That you have to tell Seattle in a very direct manner. This pain, is it accompanied by heat, or by tension, or by stiffness, or by hardness?
It comes together with the heat.
So you feel the pain, and you feel you feel the heat, you feel the pain, and then it was very uncomfortable.
Not really. First I feel the heat, then I note the heat, then later the pain. But
while noting heat, the pain comes. Okay.
So the pain comes. So but this pain is
this pain, this comes when the heat went away, or this pain, did it come while the heat was there?
the heat went away.
It is not natural. So what Seattle is saying is, if the pain started with heat, and when you were feeling the pain, the heat would be still there. So what you have told to Seattle, that uncomfortable feeling, what you felt, was not properly explained to Seattle. Okay. Not over. How many times were you noting the pain?
The pain, actually the last one was the last few weeks.
So when you noted the pain, did it stay the same?
It's the same.
It did not increase, it did not...
What it does is the same, always the same.
This is also not natural. So, do you mean to say that heat went away. Not slowly, but it went away suddenly.
It's very actually. To be frank, I do not really take note on the sheet. It's more on the page.
ပူတာသိတော့မမှန်လိုက်ပါဘူးနာတာကိုပဲလည်းမပါဘူး
နာတော့ဒီမှာခါတော့ရောက်တော့လို့ရှိတယ်
ဟုတ်ပါ
ပူရှိလို့နာတာဖြစ်တော့ပူရောက်သွားပြီနာလိုက်တော့ကိုရှိတယ်သို့တော့မှတ်တဲ့အခါမှာအဲဒီကူကသုံးဖို့ပူလာကဘယ်လိုပြောက်သွားလဲဆိုတာသိရတယ်ဒီမှာစိစိကိုသိလို့ရှိတယ်
So while you were noting the pain which arises because of the heat, you must be able to know how it disappears. Since you cannot tell Sayadaw how it disappears in a sort of an exact manner, it shows that there was no concentration.
You mean the heat disappeared? Actually, the pain.
The way this pain dissolves, you cannot tell Sayadaw in a clear manner. So that is why Sayadaw said there was no concentration.
Lila Musa, Pita, Yaudi to Lila, Say Lila, dear to Charlie, Chini, Young, who are here. Chalani Lila Kama Kalala Lila is in Mia TV and a total Jinuchi Ningwene Ningua Nicola who be done. Nicazon Keba is Lucy. Young Bugoya, each other. You can now put it on the target king. And they must see it. The Nisala, Makala,
So when you make a study, you must make proper study with concentration. Then only you will see such changes like movement, etc. For example, it is like looking at a row of white ants. When you look at it from a distance, you will see it only as a line because you cannot see it properly. So if you go closer to the line, as far as the more you go closer, the more you can pick out the details of the line. So when you come nearer, you will notice that it is not a line. What you thought to be a line, what you saw to be a line, is actually white ants going about in a row. So if you go very close to it, when your eye and the objects are close enough, you will see the individual ants. That means very much in detail. So when you told Sayadaw that uncomfortable feeling, when you noted it, it is the same. It shows that your mind and the objects are not close enough. They are not together. So when you were noting the pain, did you change your posture? Whatever it is, while you were noting the painful sensation, the pain disappeared. So when you went back to note the rising falling, there was no more rising falling also. So in absence of all these things, rising, falling, and the painful sensation, did you notice any other things such as stiffness, tension?
Tension or just more.
So that means, so when you said to Sayadaw that there was nothing, no pain, no rising, falling, nothing else. So actually it was not like that. There was no pain, no rising, falling, but you were experiencing the tension on your face. Yes. So you have to note this tension on your face.
Should I follow the tension?
Whatever arises, whatever object arises, you have to note.
Now, the object is Korea iron. Change that gets the answer. These are the two. We are the Malay Changa, India, Chini as a leader. It will be a
So, whatever it is, when you note an object, be it the main object or rising, falling, or other object that arises, you have to note with rising, falling. Whatever appears, you have to note with rising, falling. And you have to note so that the objects will become clear to you. So when you ask a question, not so much in a proper manner, you have to explain in detail what happened to Sayadaw. But if you cannot explain this way, you have to try so that you can tell Sayadaw exactly what happened from your own experience. When you are practicing Satipatthana meditation, you have to note the objects very properly. It is like doing research on yourself. When you do research, you have to do it thoroughly. Then only your findings will be clear. Then you have to report your findings, write a report on your findings in a very clear manner. So meditation is also the same thing. It is very important to be able to note properly, seriously, with aiming, focusing, persistently. Then only your study, like in the research, will become clear to you. So if you practice properly with aiming, focusing, putting effort, your findings or your experience, meditation experience will become clear. Then only you can report your findings, your experience to the meditation teacher in a very clear manner. But Sayadaw has been interviewing a lot of yogis, especially foreign yogis, and he has found out that majority of the yogis are not practicing properly, because they cannot report to Sayadaw, starting from, let us say, the way they sit down, and the way they note the object as soon as they arise, because they do not practice precisely. And also Sayadaw has found that as the yogi go about, they are not doing it properly. They will be looking towards north, they will be looking towards south. In other words, they are not controlling the movement of the eyes like a real yogi should. And when they sit down, as they bend their bodies or the hands or whatever it is, they are not performing these actions like a true yogi should do. They sit down, all of a sudden they bend all of a sudden. That means there was not noting, you were missing to note. So if the yogis do like this, it will be very difficult for them to see Dhamma, because they are practicing very lightly. That is why we have to be very serious. We have to note with seriousness, we have to note with respect, we have to note with aiming, we have to note with focusing.
Time you have mother come out, the main object, the linear how you get matter. Man, the objects are how to time to the object. What I said, you know, on the pinning, TV, what? TV, the issue when I was not the same. There are many things here. Change here. Near the chair. You know, she will have this one that she has got. I said, don't have yoga, don't do it. That's all. I actually know that. Change here, I said, you know, Malaki is a machine. I never see it. She said, put it in the city. Moloto, era Mammy, the DP, yes. Anyway, she was a singer. China, the Euro, she and 1 year was sweater. I just said, the Japan and you. 600地方的其他嘅私家細場，即係呢個方面嘅你 object 嘅呢個係乜嘢？有時候嚟講話咧，而家你 object 呢個係叫做你有意嘅咧，乜嚟咗？好似係呢度呢？公司話法咧就係你咧就係因為這個參考咧話法律建議嘅咧就你覺得乜嚟點樣
Especially when you do the sitting meditation, you have to put emphasis on noting the main objects. The main objects here in sitting meditation means rising, falling, sitting, touching. So you keep your mind on your belly. And when you note rising falling, you must have proper awareness on rising falling. This can happen only when your mind and the noted objects are together. To have this, you must have right aiming, that is, directing the mind to the object. And also, you must have right effort. It means pushing your mind towards the object. So, when the mind and the object are together, it is like the mind is rubbing on the object. So the mind, when this happens, the mind will not miss to know the object. Then what happens? You develop mindfulness. As your mind falls on the object, it becomes fixed to the object. It becomes fastened to the object. Then you are said to develop Khanika Samadhi, or momentary concentration. Then what happens is, when you have the momentary concentration, you are not missing the object. It is very important to develop Khanika Samadhi, or momentary concentration. So when you sort of report during the interviews, you must start with noting of the main object, rising, falling, sitting, touching. But Sayadaw has found that a lot of the yogis, when they go for interview, they do not start with how they note rising, falling. And you must be able to tell interview, if you can note rising, falling properly, what happens to rising, falling? Is there any changes? What is the situation of the rising, falling? And also you must be able to report during the interview the way you note other objects. What do you come to know about other objects? You must be able to report about this in a clear manner. It is very important.
အဲ့ဒီကိုစိတ်ချတော့လာတယ်အဲ့ဒါလည်းပြောနေတယ်ကိုယ်ဒီခါတဲ့ခါမှာလည်းလမ်းစာကဆက်ပြီးဆုံးတော့တယ်ဒီလိုလည်းဆီရဆက်ပြီးဆုံးလို့ရှိတယ်ခြားတဲ့မှာလည်းသူတို့ကဒီခြားတဲ့ဆက်ပြီးဆုံးတော့ဒီလည်းဆီရဆက်ပြီးဆုံးလို့ရှိတယ်ဆိုရင်ရှိလို့ရှိရင်ခရီးကတော့ဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဆရာကလည်းလာခံချာခံတော့ဒီနာလာတော့ဘာတော့ဖြစ်သွားတယ်တော်လည်းဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဆွဲလည်းဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဘဝကြီးထိချလည်းဖြစ်သွားတယ်ထိပါလည်းဖြစ်သွားတယ်ဆိုတော့ကိုယ်တော့ပြောတယ်ဘာမှမပြောနိုင်ဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လေ့လာပြီးပြီးသားဘူးဆိုတော့ဒီတက်တော့သိပြီ
As you do the walking meditation, you must put your mind on the foot, and you must be able to tell during the interview how you note. So in other words, while you are doing the walking meditation, the main object is lifting, forwarding, dropping of your foot, and your mind must be stuck on the foot. To be able to do so, you must behave like a sick man. Sick men, because their physical condition are not good, they cannot walk briskly, they cannot walk quickly, they walk very slowly. So all the yogis who are practicing meditation must walk slowly, as low as possible, like the sick person. And as you note the lifting, you must have awareness on the lifting process, from the beginning of the lifting to the end of the lifting process. You must keep your mind and the object together. You must aim before you lift your foot. You must aim your mind. You must aim your mind towards this object, which is lifting of your foot. And also, you must put effort, meaning you must push your mind toward the object. If you are complete with two mental factors, aiming and focusing, and if you can note persistently with aiming and focusing, you will develop Khanika Samadhi. When the mind and objects come together, they will be like rubbing on another. So, when you develop Khanika Samadhi, you should be able to tell on what object your mind is falling. Now, for example, as you do the lifting process, your mind may be on the form of your leg. This is called form. Also, your mind may be on the manner of lifting. This is called manner. Or your form may be on the phenomena. Phenomena here means stiffness, tension, heat, etc. So if you practice properly, your mind must be either on the form, the manner, or the phenomena. As you move your foot, it is the same thing. You must follow it from the beginning of moving until the end of the forwarding. If you can do this with aiming and focusing, you can develop mindfulness. And if you can develop mindfulness persistently, you will develop Khanika Samadhi or momentary concentration. So when you have momentary concentration, you must be able to tell in the interview whether your mind is on the form, on the manner, or on the phenomena. Likewise, when you drop your foot, you must follow the process right from the beginning to the end. So, if you practice like this, you will come to know the true phenomena. Now, if you do not practice properly in the interview, you cannot report whether your mind is on the form, on the manner, on the phenomena, because you are not doing the research properly.
Sarasa, Yada Tapewa. She did Yada Tapewa. You did it. It is a Sasari. Kuji what? Over Yada, you see it. Chuchura, Chuchina, Chunana, Sata, Pana, Kara, this is a Sasa power. အဲဒီသာသာကြီးဇတ်ထဲရောက်ပြီးတော့မဝါမဲနဲ့လူစားတဲ့စီမာရတာကသိစားတော့ဒီချက်လေးချက်လောက်ဝါမယ်ဆိုရင်သိချင်ကြအောင်သိစားတော့ဝါတော့ဝါပါရဲ့ဒါကတခြားတစ်ပါးစဉ်းစားပြီးတော့ဝါနေလို့ဆိုရင်လည်းအရာတော့သိစားတော့ဒီဇတ်ထဲရောက်လာရင်စားဝါရဲ့ရောက်ဝါจิตတဲ့ဒီစားပြီးတော့ဝါရဲ့ဒီကရှားရင်အာရင်နဲ့အစားအစာနဲ့တွေ့လို့တော့အရည်ထွက်လာတယ်အဲ့ဒီအရည်ထဲမှာရတာရှားဝင်ရောက်လာတယ်သိကြတယ်စားရတဲ့အစာခါရရတာရှားဝင်တော့ခါမှပြီးတာစက်တဲ့ရတာရှားဝင်တော့စက်မှပြီးချူရရတာရှားဝင်တော့ချူမှပြီးငါလေးရတာရှားဝင်တော့ငါမှပြီးဒီလိုရတယ်သမารတွေကလည်းရှိတယ်ဘယ်လိုပဲဖြစ်စားရဆိုရင်ရှားဝင်ရောက်လာတယ်ရတယ်ဘာရတာဆိုရင်လည်းဒါလိုပဲကိုယ်နဲ့အာရုံမှတ်တဲ့အခါအဲ့ဒီအာရုံထဲမှာကိုယ်စီပေါ့ဒီကိုယ်ပဲလက္ခဏာလေးမှတ်တဲ့စိတ်လေးရှိတယ်ဒီကဤတာတောင်းတာတင်းတာဆက်တာဒီကထိတွေ့တာခံစားတာစိတ်ပိုင်းဆိုင်ရာမှာလည်းဒီလိုဒါတို့ဖြစ်စေမှာတေးချလိုက်မှလို့ရှိရင်အရသာတကွယ်ပေါ့ဘာဝတရားလေးတွေဒီမှတ်တဲ့စိတ်လေးဒီရဲ့မှတ်တဲ့စိတ်အေးတဲ့မှတ်တဲ့စိတ်ဒါလေးကိုကြက်ကြက်လို့ဆက်ဒီပေါ်ပြီးတော့ပြောပါမှတ်တဲ့စိတ်တူညီမှတ်တဲ့စိတ်လေးကိုစီမှတ်တဲ့စိတ်လေးတူညီမှတ်တဲ့စိတ်လေးကိုအဲဒီကြက်ကြက်လေးလာပြီးစီးသားလို့ရှိရင်ရှင်းသားနဲ့ဆရာဆက်တယ်လေးလာပြီးစီးသားလို့ရှိရင်ဒီကတော့ဒီအားပြည့်တယ်ဒါလေးကြီး
The objects that arise in the body is called sarasa in Pali. Sarasa. It means it is something like the food we eat. Now in the food there are sort of separate taste in each food. For example, one food may be sweet, another food may be sour, still a third food may be bitter. So these tastes are involved in the food we eat daily. When the food reaches the mouth, if you do not chew it properly, the taste will not come out. You will not know the taste. If you chew the food once or twice, you may get a little taste. If you do not chew, you don't get the taste at all. If you chew once or twice, you will get a little bit of taste. But sometimes you do chew, but you are thinking about something else. Then you do not find the taste. When the food reaches tongue, saliva comes out. So when the food mixed with saliva is chewed, we find out the taste. Sometimes the food may be hot. If we choose properly, we will get the hot taste. Sometimes we eat bitter food. If you choose properly, if you chew properly, we get a bitter taste. That means only when you chew properly, you get a taste. So we must know how to eat, and we must understand that as we eat the food, we must chew properly, then only we get a taste. Similarly, as an object arises, this object has their own characteristics like heat, stiffness, tension. In the mental objects also, they have their own characteristics. So as the object arises, at the moment of arising, these characteristics can become distinct when we note properly. Like the taste of the food we get as we chew the food. These are called nature, sabhava lakkhana. Okay, this is a specific characteristic. Sabhava lakkhana means characteristics. So if we note the objects properly with aiming, focusing, we will come to know about this true nature of the object. And there are also common characteristics. These common characteristics will be present in different objects. Again, if we note with aiming, focusing, we develop mindfulness. After we develop mindfulness, we will develop Khanika Samadhi. So when we develop Khanika Samadhi, we will come to know the true nature of specific characteristics of the object.
Yes, you got it. အဲ့ဒါအရသာတစ်ပဲသဘာဝပဲသူ့ကိုယ်ကသဘာဝလေးပေါ့ထိထားလိုက်လို့ရှိရင်ပို့ပြီးတော့တောင်းအကြည့်တဲ့ခါကျတော့နားတာမခံစားလိုက်ရတယ်သိကြည့်တယ်လေးလျှောက်လိုက်ရင်အတောင်းရောက်သွားတယ်ကြောင်းရောက်သွားတယ်လုံးဝလျှောက်လိုက်လို့ရှိရင်တောင်းတာလေးလည်းရှိတောင်းလိုက်ရောရှိလုံးဝတဲ့ထောက်ခိုင်းလျှောက်ခိုင်းထောက်ခိုင်းလျှောက်ခိုင်းဒီသဘာဝလေးရှိဖြစ်ခိုင်ဘာပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ဖြစ်ခိုင်မှာလည်းချိန်ကားနဲ့စီးရဆက်ပြီးတော့စိတ်ဆုံးအပြည့်အဝနဲ့ဆွေးနွေးရရှိဖို့သိပြီးပါ
For the practicing yogis, there is a saying, only when caught on the spot you will experience the characteristics or sabhava lakkhana. Only caught at the moment of arising. It means only when the object is caught at the moment of arising, you will come to know the true nature of the objects. Now, at the moment of arising here means any object that arises in your body. When an object arises, if you note with aiming and focusing, you will come to know the specific characteristic of that particular object. It is like a specific mark belonging to the particular object. For example, we press our finger on a hard surface. If we are not mindful, we will not even see the finger or the form or the manner of the finger touching the hard object. But if we are mindful, as soon as our finger touches the hard surface, we will experience hardness, tension, stiffness. The more we push our finger toward the hard surface, the more stiffness or tension we will experience. Now, if we slowly relax our finger touching the hard object, we will come to know that tension is reduced, stiffness is reduced. So this tension, stiffness are there at the moment of the finger touching the hard surface. And this hardness, tension that we experience is the specific characteristics or specific mark of the object. And
စိတ်ဆွမ်းအားနဲ့ဆွဲမဲ့ဆိုရှိမှတော့ငင်းဘာအကျိုးရှိလဲလို့ဆိုတာဒီကောင်မှတတိကိဖြစ်သွားတော့တတိခိုက်တယ်မှာတတိမဲ့ပြီးတော့ကိလေသာတွေဖြစ်ကုန်တယ်စိတ်စီမှာကိလေသာဝင်လို့မရှိဘူးတတိနဲ့စိတ်စီကိလေသာမရအောင်ပါဝင်ဆက်ဆက်ညီကြည့်နေညီညွတ်မှုမျိုးမနိုင်လေညီညွတ်မှုမျိုးတွေညီညွတ်မှညစ်ပတ်ပြီးတော့စိတ်ဟာညစ်သေးတာဒါမှမဟုတ်ညီညွတ်မှုမျိုးဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒီခိုက်တာစိတ်ကြီးကတတ်သွားတယ်အချက်တတ်လို့အချက်တတ်တာစကားစိတ်ကြီးတတ်တယ်ကြားတော့ကြီးလာကြီးလာအဲ့တော့အတိအကျလေးဖြစ်တာကြီးကြီးရင်းလာတယ်ဒီလိုဖြစ်တာဘာလဲဆိုတော့ကိုယ်ကြီးလက်ခဏရောတမန်လက်ခဏတူလက်ခဏဒီကြောင်းလို့ရှင်းအဲ့ဒီကကြတော့ဒါမျိုးကအငုတ်ပါဖြစ်ဖြစ် တိတဲ့ကတော့ဒီထဲမှာဖြစ်နေတဲ့ကိလေသာကာဝယ်ထားတယ်အတိညာဖြစ်သွားတဲ့ခါကျတော့ရှင်းသွားတော့ရိုးဝတက်သွားတယ်ဒီလိုတော့တချိတဲ့စိတ်ကလေးရေးရွှေ့ပြီးအားရှိတယ်စိတ်မှာ spiritual system လည်းဒီကောင်းလာတော့ခါတိုင်းကိုရာဂိစံနဲ့ဒေါသဂိစံနဲ့တွေ့လို့ဒါကတော့လည်းမရှိသေးတဲ့စိတ်ဓာတ်ပြင်းနေတာမျိုးဒါလေးတွေပြီးခဲ့ရမျိုးအဲ့ဒါဒီလိုမျိုးအကျိုး
So it is very important for us to note an object with energy. Energy here means aiming, focusing. Now, what are the benefits that we can gain from noting this way? We can develop sati or mindfulness. This mindfulness will prevent the kilesa from entering our mind, because the sati or mindfulness will stop the kilesa from arising. So we have a protection from kilesa. And if we can note properly, our mind, there will not be pollutants in our mind. Pollutants cannot enter our mind. When you have pollutants, our mind become sort of dirty. In what it means